Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back to talk about all of the fragrances that I wore last week. So I actually have a ton here, and I'm gonna jump right in. I was pulling these all out to sit down and film this, and I was like, how in the world did I wear this many fragrances? But I somehow did. Okay, so we're gonna start with this one here. This is one of the newest ones to my collection. I just ordered this from Joma Shop, maybe, and it just came in this past week. This is a fragrance from Lattafa, and this is called Khaltaat Al Arabia Royal Blends. And oh, I love this one. It's got this kind of underlying musky sweetness to it. So it's kind of similar to like a sweet fragrance, like their fragrance called Camra, I think it's called Camra, which is supposed to be like a clone of Angel Share, but I've heard it's not a very good clone of Angel Share, so I am hesitant to say that. I have still not smelled the original Angel Share, but I do have the Duo dupe of Angel Share, and I can say that Camra is very different from the Duo dupe of Angel Share, and I would imagine the Duo dupe is probably much closer. It's in the same family as Camra, but it's got this really beautiful, like clean, kind of musky undertone to it, but it's sweet and fruity. It's really, really beautiful. It smells like spiced fruits, really. And that's what it smells like on skin when you're wearing it. It smells like spiced fruits. It's really, really nice. I love it. This was probably my favorite perfume that I ordered from Joma Shop in this order. I still am waiting on 2 more bottles to come, which I will do as soon as they do come. I'll film my part 2 of my Joma Shop haul. One of the bottles that I was waiting for came. One is out for delivery today, and then I'm still waiting on a 3rd one. So, but anyways, yeah, that is Lattafa Khaltaat Al Arabia. This is a beast. Just like every Lattafa I've ever worn is like crazy long lasting. This one was a one and done. I think I did spray something else on later that evening, but it was something that, in fact, I'll show you. In fact, I'll talk next about what I sprayed on that evening after I had been wearing this all day. This was still present though, like it hadn't faded away or anything. So there's that one. And then that evening I sprayed on this combination here. So this is a Dior fragrance called Bombay Talkies. It's a clone of DS and Durga. I believe the name of the fragrance is called Bombay Radio. It's a really beautiful, spicy, kind of slightly green, cardamom heavy fragrance. It's really, really beautiful. It has like almost zero sweetness to it though. It's really just kind of spicy and a little bit green smelling. And so I wanted to add a little bit of sweetness to it, so I pulled out, this is Camille Beckman, and this is just called French Vanilla. This is a gorgeous vanilla, you guys. It's so good, and it's gotten so much better as it has sat and aged. I've had this for maybe like a year and a half now, something like that, and this has got like a brown sugar note in it, which you definitely get the brown sugar. It's not, you know, it's not like a brown sugar dominant fragrance. It's definitely a vanilla, but it's a beautiful, perfumey. It's sweet, but not overly sweet. And this just made a beautiful combination. It added a little bit of vanilla and a little bit of sweetness to the Bombay Talkies, which is again very spicy and slightly green. Really gorgeous combination. And this layered beautifully over the Royal Blends from Lattafa. So yeah, I love that little combination. Next, I wore one of my Ikiryo fragrances. I absolutely adore this one. This is called Drifting. This is a lavender perfume. It's one of the lightest fragrances from the house. Really, really beautiful, a little bit aromatic smelling, a little bit floral, really soft, a little tiny bit sweet. It's gorgeous. It's like the most beautiful skin scent. This one I can get 4 to 6 hours out of or so. It's not like, and it wears pretty close to the skin. It's not like a beast. It doesn't project like crazy. It's a very soft, delicate, really gorgeous perfume. I love it. I'm kind of obsessed with lavender, and yeah, so I just adore this fragrance. It's really beautiful. So anyways, that one is called Drifting from Dreamhouse Ikiryo. Next, I wore my Pure Poison. I only pull this out maybe once a year because this is the original formulation of Pure Poison. I have a ton left though. It's not like I definitely don't need to ration this. The problem is I forget about this perfume because my My instinct is to wear this in the hot weather because it's this beautiful, sweet, clean, white floral. It's so stunning. It smells like clean, fresh laundry. I love this fragrance so much, but it does not perform well in the heat at all. The heat kind of eats it up. So I need to wear it in the cooler weather. It performs beautifully in cold weather, but it's not the kind of fragrance that I'm really drawn to in cold weather. So I pulled it out this past week when it was pretty warm out, on one of the days where it wasn't like warm. It didn't get up into like the 70s or anything, but it wasn't cold. I think it stayed somewhere in the 60s that day, and it was beautiful. It performs the best in really cold weather. Like I'm talking 30s, 40s, freezing cold outside. That's when you're gonna get the best performance out of this, or that's when I do anyways. In the 60s, I got, I don't know, a good 6-7 hours out of it. It definitely hung around all day, but I was definitely able to wear something else that evening. So anyways, that is Pure Poison, an absolute love. I came across a bottle of the original formulation on Mercari like a few weeks ago, and I always wonder, let me know if you guys want me to jump on and like make a short really quickly, letting you know that there's like a bottle of something amazing that I came across that I probably already have, so I'm not gonna buy it. If you guys would want to know, because I thought about it. I thought I wonder if I should just get on and do a quick short letting people know that there's a bottle of the original formulation of Poison on Mercari right now for a really good price. But I didn't know if y'all would want to see anything like that, so just let me know in the comments if you would, and I would be happy to start. And maybe I could even link the listing on the shorts if that would be helpful. Anyways, that is Pure Poison from Dior. Holy cow, this next one. Oh my gosh, I wore this yesterday. I went out yesterday and I was out all day. Well, not all day. I was out for probably, I don't know, 7 hours or something yesterday. And it was chilly. It wasn't like super, super chilly, but it was chilly, especially when I left. It was like in the 50s, like the low 50s. So it was definitely chilly. It was a little bit windy. And I was like, I just want something really, really cozy today. So I pulled out my CJ Scents of Boo, which it took me straight back to fall. I was like, oh my gosh, it's making me feel like it's fall again. I love it. It's so beautiful. It's like a spicy, kind of sweet pumpkin puree fragrance. This lasts really, really well on its own. I definitely didn't need to layer anything else with it to make it last longer, but I did because I just wanted to make sure that it was gonna be strong, like projecting like mad the entire time I was out, because I knew I wasn't gonna be coming back home, so I just didn't want it to wear off. So I layered, this is my Cocoapink linen spray, and this is in the scent called Pumpkin Chai Tea. It's very similar. It's definitely, the pumpkin's a little bit different, but they're both kind of spiced pumpkin scents, and they layered amazingly well. And when I tell you that I smelled like a walking sweet pumpkin souffle candle, like for 7 hours solid, and just projected like crazy. Holy cow. I had no idea that this combination was going to create such a dense cloud of fragrance around me for so long. It really did, and it just made me so happy for the entire day because I was just so into it. It was chilly out. It was a little bit windy near the end of like in the afternoon. It started to get gray and it started to drizzle a little bit, and it was just gross. And I was just as happy as could be in my scent. So anyways, that is Boo from CJ Scents. Amazing. I need to get on her website and see what she's got new coming out for spring. Even though I will tell you, for indie houses, my most favorite season is fall for indie houses. So I don't know that I'll pick anything up for spring. I might. But anyways, gorgeous. And then Cocoapink Pumpkin Chai Tea. Amazing combination. Okay, next is this is one that I just sprayed on at bedtime. I love this scent. It's such a comfort scent for me. This is Pink Gold from Victoria's Secret. This one is just amber crystals and vanilla. It just smells like a sweet, like dark vanilla lotion or body spray that you would get from Victoria's Secret. It smells very cozy, very warm. It's just really, really beautiful. I have 2 backup bottles of this from my beautiful, beautiful friend that sent them. And I could not be happier that I have backups of this because it's just one of my favorite perfumes. I reach for it all of the time. I wear it to bed all of the time because it's just one of the coziest fragrances in my collection. I will say this actually performs better in the heat than it does in the cold. And you wouldn't think that being like such a warm type of fragrance, but it really does. It performs amazingly well in the heat. I can get hours and hours out of it, like probably 8 hours out of it. In cold weather, not so much. I can only get maybe 3 or 4 hours out of it or so, which isn't horrible. But yeah, I just absolutely adore this perfume so much. It's just one of my comfort perfumes. So that is Pink Gold from Victoria's Secret. Okay, next I wore this one here. This is another one that somebody, I think it was on my bedtime perfume video that I just posted not too long ago. Somebody told me that they wear Amazing Grace to bed a lot, and I was like, you know what? I bet that that would be a super cozy, comforting perfume for bedtime. So I pulled mine out and I tried it, and it is. It's an amazing bedtime fragrance. I love this one. There's something so comforting about this one. This smells like a warm hug. It smells like, I don't know, it smells like you're getting a big warm hug from your grandma or something. I love it. It smells a tiny, tiny bit mature. I think some people would think it smells mature. I don't think it smells incredibly mature, but it does have like, I don't know, something grown or that's really, really comforting. So yeah, I just love this one. I did wear it to bed and it is beautiful. It's a little bit clean too. I love it. It's a perfect fragrance. It's like a light floral. This one does not perform great though, so it does make a perfect bedtime scent because you can spray it on, enjoy it for a little bit before you go to sleep, and then it's gonna wear off anyways. So that is Philosophy Amazing Grace. Okay, before I get into all the Dior fragrances that I wore, I wanna talk about this little thing. Holy cow. This is one of the scents that my beautiful subscriber friend sent to me in that big smelly mail package that I got. So this is a fragrance from Deconstructing Eden, and this is called Chuseok or Chuseok, one of the two. This is an autumn limited edition B-side from 2022. This might be one of the most nuclear fragrances I've ever tried in my entire life. Holy cow. I don't know why I don't go in light first, and then if I need more, add it, because once you go in heavy to begin with, you can't take it away unless you want to get in the shower and like try to scrub it off, which I don't think would have even worked with this one. But I literally sprayed this on and I went in really heavy with it. Like not super heavy, but I definitely did like a couple sprays on my collarbone, a spray on the back of my neck, a couple sprays on each arm, and I think that that's kind of it. But this was so incredibly strong. My daughter was like, "Mom, what is that smell? It is so strong. It's making my throat burn." I was like, "Oh my gosh, it must be the perfume I just sprayed on." And she was like, "Mom, why did you spray so much on?" And I was like, I don't know. I didn't feel like I was spraying that much on." But yeah, she was like, "Can you like change your shirt or something to see if that'll help?" And I was like, "Sure." So I changed my shirt. And she's like, "That didn't help. It's still so strong." It smells good, don't get me wrong. It smells like a really sweet, I have no idea what this fragrance is, but it smells like a really sweet, kind of like a fall apple scent. It's definitely got apple in it, but then it's also got some kind of a darkness in the base, but it's a really light fragrance overall. But it is so powerful. I cannot even believe it. Like, this little sample will probably last the rest of my life because you need like half a spray of this and you will be good. It's crazy long lasting, but I really enjoyed it. It literally, I had to wait or it was there until I washed it off the next day. So anyways, that is from Deconstructing Eden Perfumes, and this is called Chuseok Autumn Limited Edition B-Side 2022. Okay, and then I wore 3 Dior fragrances that I have pulled. Well, I pulled these ones because when I went to get my caramel apple one out for my caramel perfume video, I realized that there were some that I needed to, well, one somebody asked me to revisit, and then one I was like, man, I haven't worn you for a while, so I pulled it. So I'll start with the caramel apple fragrance. This is Dior Caramel Pomme Delight. This is a like mix of Kilian Apple Brandy and Xerjoff Lyra, and it's beautiful. It's like a caramel apple scent, and it's amazing. I get so many compliments on this every time I wear it. It smells like fall in a bottle. It's a caramel apple scent, and it's amazing. I love it. It's an absolute beast. You'll get 8-10 hours out of this easily. This was another day that I was out, not for like a super long amount of time, but I was out and about for quite a few hours, and it was just amazing. It was amazing. So anyways, that is Caramel Pomme Delight from Dior. The next one I wore is this one here called Intense Homme. This is Dior. This is the original formulation of Dior. I think it's just Dior Homme. I think you have to get a bottle that's like pre-2012. I can't totally remember. Somebody else kind of turned me on to this fragrance a couple years ago, but I couldn't get a bottle of the actual Dior because it's so hard to find a bottle of the original formulation of it. So I just bought the Dior clone that is a version, or that is a clone of the original formulation. This is gorgeous. It is technically a men's scent, but totally unisex. It's a beautiful powdery iris. It's stunning. It's a beast. It lasts forever. This is one that when I first picked it up, it didn't last very long on me, but I've been letting this sit for maybe a year now, and it is perfection now. Absolute perfection. It lasts forever. I sprayed this on once and I was good for the entire day. I think I did wear something late, in the evening that day, but this was still there. I just sprayed something else over it. So that is Dior Intense Homme. And then the last Dior, this is the one that I was asked to revisit. This is Dark Chocolate Rum and Vanilla. This is a clone of Guerlain Gourmand Coquine, and I adore this one. This is such a beautiful chocolate fragrance. Like, I'm pretty sure this is the best chocolate fragrance I have in my collection. It just smells so, it's a chocolate fragrance that smells like a beautiful dark powdery chocolate. It doesn't smell incredibly synthetic like most chocolate fragrances do. And I just love this one. This is another one, when I very first got it, it was very fleeting. I would spray it on and I would feel like 30 minutes later, I wouldn't be able to smell it anymore. This is another one that I have just kind of let sit. I mean, you can see I've been through a ton of this, and I don't think that I've made any decants of this either. I've just run through a ton of it because you used to have to spray a ton on, and I still do. I still overspray with this one. Even now, it's way better. This one's been sitting for probably a year and a half now. And it's amazing now. It's the most beautiful, yummy chocolate scent. It smells, I have been through a decant of the real Gourmand Coquine from Guerlain, and this smells almost identical to it. Like, Guerlain has this like fuzziness to their perfumes, especially the Arts and Material line of perfumes. There's this beautiful, like, expensive fuzziness to those perfumes that is very difficult to clone, and this one is no exception. The real thing has this beautiful fuzziness that makes it smell very expensive and upscale. The Dior doesn't have that same fuzziness because it's just something that I think is just incredibly difficult to mimic, but this is still very close. I would say like 98% dupe. It's still not a beast or anything. I can still only get maybe 4 to 5 hours out of it, but I'm fine with that. 4 or 5 hours is totally acceptable to me at this point. So yeah, that's a yummy perfume that I absolutely adore. So this is Dark Chocolate Rum and Vanilla from Dior. And that is gonna be it, guys. Those are all of the fragrances that I wore last week. I do hope that you all enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.